What if you could get a lifetime of wisdom? Like the single most important lesson someone ever learned in just the next few minutes. That's what we're going to do. We're going to break down the story of a man who, at 77 years old, had this massive realization that he'd spent 50 years, a full 50 years, chasing the wrong thing. Let's get into it.
And this is it. Right here. This is the core warning from this man, William. A truth he learned the really, really hard way. And he's talking about that thing. You know the one. That thing you're chasing. Maybe it's the promotion, the house, the respect. Whatever it is that you think will finally make you feel like you've arrived.
Yeah, he calls it a 50-year mistake, a chase that lasted almost his entire adult life, and it led him to an incredibly powerful and frankly unexpected realization. Okay, so what was this huge 50-year mistake? Well, it all starts with this little psychological trap that, let's be honest, almost all of us fall into. He calls it the happy when trap.
Does that sound familiar? Of course it does. We all do it. I'll be happy when. We put these conditions on our own happiness, telling ourselves that joy is just waiting for us, right on the other side of some achievement. But what William found out is that this just creates a finish line that's constantly moving further away. And here's the fundamental flaw, right? You finally get that promotion, and what happens? For a day, you're happy. Then, you're immediately looking at the next promotion. You pay off the house, and now you're stressed about retirement savings. The finish line, it's just an illusion. You can spend your whole life running towards something that isn't even really there.
So let's get personal. Let's look at how this exact trap played out in William's own life over 5 long decades, a journey that took him to what he calls an empty peak.
Okay, so his chase started when he was just 11 years old. He saw his dad, a super hardworking guy, get treated with disrespect, and he made a vow to himself, that's not going to be me. And that one vow fueled this absolutely relentless grind. We're talking 70-hour work weeks. He missed everything, his kids growing up, all of it. But by 52, he'd made it. He was a vice president. He had the corner office. He got the thing. But the feeling, it wasn't triumph, it wasn't joy, it was just emptiness. I mean, listen to how he put it. Imagine that for a second. You dedicate your entire life to climbing one single mountain. You sacrifice everything to get to the summit, and when you finally make it, you find it's completely empty. The sense of anticlimax was just devastating. And you know what? This same exact mistake, this big misunderstanding, it echoed right through his marriage. He was so focused on being a good provider, getting the house, the nice cars, the money. He thought that's what she wanted. But what she actually wanted was his presence, for him to just be there, to be heard, to be seen, to be with him. He was so busy trying to earn a happy life for them, he completely missed out on actually living it with her. So get this, it took him another 20 years to finally understand what he was really chasing all that time. It was never about the money or the job title, no. It was about something much, much deeper. You see, he thought his goal was all this external stuff, the things he could get. But the real goal, the thing he was truly after, it was always internal. It was about the feelings he hoped those things would give him. He wasn't chasing a promotion. He was chasing the feeling of being worthy. He wasn't chasing money. He was chasing the feeling of being safe. He was just looking for it in all the wrong places. And the big one, the real key to all of this, was that feeling of worthiness. And here's the huge revelation. Worthiness isn't something you can earn. It's not a prize you get for hitting a sales target. It's not something other people can give you. It was something he could have just given to himself the whole time. All he had to do was decide he was enough. And once he got that, well, it was like a light bulb went off. His eyes were opened, and he started to see that there are really 2 totally different paths in life, 2 ways of being that he saw in the people around him, and each one leads to a dramatically different place. And he saw this perfectly in 2 of his elderly friends. One guy, the chaser, even at 84 years old, was still obsessed with his neighbor's nicer car, still comparing, still keeping score. And he was, in William's words, absolutely miserable. But then there was the beer. At 86, he was just curious, grateful, focused on what was right in front of him. And despite having way less stuff, he was the happiest person William knew. The difference wasn't their bank accounts. It was their entire mindset. This is the incredible piece of wisdom that came from his happy friend, Earl.
It just perfectly sums up that huge shift from a life of trying to be somebody to a life of just trying to be here.
So that's what real freedom is. It's not financial independence. Not really. It's internal independence. It's that moment you realize you don't need anything outside of you. Not the job, not the validation, not the stuff to feel okay on the inside. It's an inside job.
Okay, so this is all great, but what do we actually do with this information? This is where William's hard-earned lesson becomes a clear, urgent message for every single one of us.
Think about this number for a second. 48. William could have just decided he was worthy back when he was 25. He didn't have to wait, but instead, he waited until he was 73. That's 48 years. 48 years spent grinding and sacrificing to earn a feeling that was already his, free for the taking, the entire time. The cost of this mistake is just immense.
And that's when it finally clicked. That old saying we've all heard a million times, but maybe never really understood. Happiness isn't some place you arrive at. It's the way you travel. This very moment, right now, this is your life.
And this is his final, crucial warning. The destination doesn't magically create peace. If your whole journey is filled with stress and anxiety and striving, guess what? The destination is going to feel exactly the same. You have to find that peace along the way.
So what's the bottom line here? The big takeaway from a 50-year mistake? It really boils down to 3 simple, powerful things. 1, stop waiting. 2, stop telling yourself that lie, I'll be happy when. And 3, make the decision, the conscious choice, that you are already enough, right now, today. And that leads us to the final, most empowering truth of all. Everything you're actually looking for, that safety, that worthiness, that love, it's not out there somewhere waiting to be found. It's already inside of you. You just have to stop running long enough to turn around and notice it. So I'll just leave you with this one big question to think about. If you really, truly accepted that idea, today, right now, what would change? What chase would you finally give up? And what part of your life would you finally, truly start living?